massacre Christians if they say they kill Muslims. Muslims are being killed. By who?
American rapper Nicki Minaj is set to speak at a United Nations event in New York, addressing the alleged persecution and violence against Christians in Nigeria. Her appearance at the UN will be alongside U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Michael Waltz, and Donald Trump's advisor, Alex Brozidwis, who is the convener of the event. Nicki Minaj has said she's grateful to be entrusted with an opportunity of this magnitude, adding that she and her fan base, the Barbs, will never stay silent in the face of injustice. According to the U.S. ambassador, Minaj is using her platform to spotlight the atrocities against Christians in Nigeria, calling out the violence and urging global attention. The event comes after U.S. President Donald Trump labeled Nigeria a country of particular concern, claiming there is a Christian genocide in the country. However, Nigeria's government has strongly denied those claims, saying that insecurity in the country is not because of religion, but due to other complex issues. Many are now watching the UN event closely. Some believe Minaj's intervention will raise real global awareness, while others are questioning how much influence a celebrity's speech can have on international politics. What do you think? Is this a powerful move for justice or just another celebrity spotlight? Comment your thoughts below.
Tired! Every day we bury our people. Every day! And still they say there's no massacre, no genocide of Christians in Nigeria. Look around you. What is this if not...
Is there any Muslim here? No. United Nations, I know you're watching me. American Senate, you are watching what I'm doing, I'm saying here. Special advisor to Trump. Now, please tell Trump to save our life in Nigeria. They are killing Christians in Nigeria, massacre Christians. If they say they kill Muslims, Muslims are being killed. By who? By Muslims.
As the representative of CAN, I'm going to put the same question to you. When you hear the term or the allegation of Christian genocide from the United States, President Trump, Ted Cruz, etc., what were your thoughts? And indeed, do you agree with them?
Because you are running out of time, I will save you and just go to the basic. One, I've listened to the other speakers. I've listened to the arguments they bring. I am not speaking from research or whatever. I'm speaking as a victim. I'm speaking as the pastor who buried the almost 2,000 people in 2000 in Kaduna. Quote me, my name is Reverend Hayab. I'm speaking as the pastor who also did the mass burial of the over 300 people of the Miss World Beauty pageant on the 23rd of November 2002. I'm also the pastor who came out publicly to denounce the Danish cartoon in 2006, but it later leads to the death of Christians in Maiduguri and death of Christians in Bauchi. So I have been around and I think I know this story. Listening, we are coining it into the politics of America as if we are not in Nigeria. And someone is saying that activity was used. Sincerely speaking, there has been killings of Christians in northern Nigeria before even the advent of Boko Haram. I was in Kano. I just left Kano with 1 week, and the killing of the visit of Reabonke happened. People were caught. It's a different thing that you are shot to death. It's something else that you are caught to pieces, caught by the neck, caught hacked to death. I saw these cops. I had to run back. My pastor asked me, why did you come back? I said, no, I just left for Kaduna 1 week, and then I heard what happened to my people in places in Kano. I just came back. So it is something that has...
Sorry, sir, if I may interrupt you. What year are we talking about?
I'm taking you back.
Okay.
To tell you that I was available when the Bonke crisis happened in Kano. I was also there, not only there, but buried the mass people that were buried in 2000. I also buried the mass people that were buried in 2002. Then fast forward to 2006, I said I was the pastor who first came out to condemn the Danish cartoon because I knew what was going to follow. But despite that effort, Christians were killed in Maiduguri, Christians were killed in Bauchi for an offense they had no problem about. They knew nothing about. If I just move backward, what happened in 2002, Many Christians in northern Nigeria, including Kaduna, don't even know the lady who wrote the article. But they ended up having their churches burned. They ended up having their pastors killed. They ended up having, precisely the Sunday before that violence, I had a guest preacher in my church, Reverend Nee preached in my church at Rahama English Baptist Church. You can Google it. I remember when you could Google that. And just a day after that, that man was burnt. His corpse was like that of a small baby. So when you put together all this, in Maiduguri in 2009, when Boko Haram started, they were never attacking Muslims. They actually went for the church because they said, we are infidel. One among the early pastors that was killed was Pastor Oji. Pastor Oji was killed. When he saw he was going to die, he simply said, go and tell my brothers I die well. Pastor Osonibon was also Sylvester Osonibon, because I traveled with the corpse to Ekot Ipene, and then Pastor Yakubu Bitrus, whose brother was then the medical director of the General Hospital in Maiduguri. So I got involved in these things more than the hair story. The Christian North have suffered killing. The Christian North have suffered so much in this thing that today culminates into genocide, as it has been called. So for anybody to say it does not exist and is bringing story of Boko Haram or recent happenings of bandits may not understand, because I followed the conversation. Nobody is saying that the Christian North was just killed in 2002 or they were just killed in 2019. There has been a history. There has been certain pattern. There has been certain developments. But let me come back to the last 6 years. I am this same pastor who came out severally on this medium and other medium to cry when I was bearing 30, 20, 40, and many other numbers. And why were those people killed? The story they always want to tell us that, no, it is a farmer's herders. I'm above 56. I know the difference between a farmer's and herders conflict. And I know the difference between someone coming to exterminate or eliminate a certain group of people. Because farmers, as we knew, simply had little misunderstanding with herders, and the herders will come either to the police station or to the traditional ruler or community leader, and such issue will be discussed, and they will now ask for reconciliation and possibly ask for little payment of damages. But we have a situation where innocent women are sleeping in their sleep with their children, with their husband, and people will come to their community, chant religious slogans, say their houses are blessed, shoot them and cut off their necks, and do not stop there, also burn their religious places. And you still want me to say, no, it is just a communal clash, because that's the kind of farmers had that clashes. And that's why today we are hiding under those things to argue about that. I looked at the issue of statistics and I just wonder, if you sit there, just Google, you will see in the Wikipedia, the number of churches that document is giving you that the churches in Nigeria are just 16,000 something. And you and I know that is not true. I am a pastor of the Baptist Church. The Nigerian Baptist Convention, just Nigerian Baptist Convention, we have over 11,200 registered churches. We never bring Redeem into it. You never bring Anglican into it. No Catholic into it. No Methodist into it. No Living Faith into it. So some documents and figures that we have been seeing are quite interesting, but just tell us that there is even to us a conspiracy of silence or a conspiracy of twisting a situation. I see what is happening and as an opportunity for us to stop the killing of our fellow citizens just because of their identity.
As a Christian, I grew up in the north. I'm mixed. My family is Muslim and Christian. My auntie built one of the biggest mosques in Jakarta, in the southern Kaduna part of Nigeria. So I've experienced the fight. I've seen it. When people say, oh, they're calling Christians, they're killing Muslims, how many Muslims have they killed? Let me even say that. I know who's doing the killing. I've experienced it firsthand. I'm not saying it, I'm shaking because I'm pissed. People are trying to sit on the fence. Oh, I don't want to offend this religion. When it comes to their turn, they'll stand on it. When they killed Deborah, they stood on it. People even tweeted about it. I had issue with my cousin because of that. She supported the killing of Deborah. So why won't I support my own religion? In Jos, see, that's why I'm killing in Jos has been happening since, I can't even remember, I was in primary school. I know what I've seen. So why would people be sitting on the fence? I've seen it. Why people lying? If the way they are killing, this Nigeria would have scattered. Nigeria would have scattered by now. You are killing Christians every time. People will be sitting on the fence. I know the Bible is teaching us to forgive our enemies, yes. But people need to speak up. If it's Muslim, they are killing. Nigeria would have scattered by now. Even right now, if they arrest a Muslim person, the justice is different from when they capture an Igbo man that is a Christian. So when people are sitting on the fence, people should say the truth. Last 2 weeks, I think they were still killing in Kaduna. For Christians, they were in the church, they carried them. So when people lying that it's not Christian, they want to come and take resources. Which resources? The resources you are talking about, which of you have gained from it? Which of you have gained from the resources you are talking? Even in Medugiri there, they have turned it into war zones because of lithium. They have scattered it. Look at Bayelsa. Bayelsa is supposed to be one of the richest and cleanest states because of oil. Look at what Bayelsa is. Bayelsa is so scattered. People are saying they are coming to come and take resources. Tell me which of you have gold bars here. Tell me. People just be sitting on the fence.
Is Nigeria a
missionary? And I live in Roof. Roof is close to Bwai, and the surrounding villages around. They are within my district. And actually what happened is that there was a serious attack from the Fulani, let me put it that way, who came in the night and stormed the village called Kubat, where over 30 people, men and women, young and children, were killed. And as of yesterday, around Murisht, Juak, and other villages around. Yesterday there was a serious attack, even on our way going there to see all that was happening. In fact, we were trying to reach to Kubat, where they killed 30 people. In fact, the Fulanis raised ambush on us. We had to be scrolling on the ground under the flying bullets, and God in his own way, we were all safe. And the villages around, most villages, virtually every houses were set ablaze. And all their grains were all burned. Houses were burned, properties were destroyed. There was looting. We saw them. We even saw the machineries, the attackers in their hundreds, their thousands, you know, and they were open fire, exchanging fire with the military that were around. And this morning, we were trying to bury 29 people that were killed in Funzai, and immediately after we finished, we wanted to proceed to Kubon, Kubat, where they were doing another burial. And there was a security alert. The security that were around said, no, we can't go there. And they were asking people to leave. And we were running. Right now, men and women, you can see the police, they are also getting out of the place. You know, the situation is bad. The situation is terrible. I just don't know. Looking at the attack, one will say this is a well planting, it's a long planting, well coordinated, and they have achieved.